We got this.
There we go. Okay, welcome to the 7th stream, episode 4. We're calling this one Snowball's Chance in Hell for no reason. Valdis. Valdis.
What?
Okay,
You know what
so
you did.
if one of the party members is a snowflake,
Wait,
it's the one that can play around with ice, right?
Ah.
You're technically right. Doesn't mean I have to be happy about it.
So we did get, I do have, for anyone watching or jumping in, the poll is now working. So there is an option out there for picking the midway point of today's session about things that are going to go on there. There's some excitement in there, I'm sure, for those interested. But that being said, we had a pretty exciting last session. Some stuff happened. They got to Danger Island, and in dealing with the Dark Gate, some stuff happened that not all the players know about yet. So we're going to jump right to those players that do know some things, and that would be Esteban. Hi, Esteban.
Hello.
So as we last left you, you were running back to the boat.
Yeah.
To get Ashlyn.
That was the plan.
So, Ashlyn, you're on top. You've kind of been taking care of things on the boat, making sure nothing's going on, maybe interrogating Ma One Eye. When you see Esteban come, like, sprinting down onto the beach from the staircase up to the caves where they went, and starts coming that direction with some high speed, scrambling back onto the boat after rowing there. And Esteban, you get a chance to talk to Ashlyn. We'll just jump right to that.
Are you? Where are the others? Okay. A deep breath in through your nose.
I get a stitch. I'm not a runner.
I wouldn't think so either.
Hard to explain. Monsters, portal, sucked into another dimension. I'm not sure where they are. Is the crux of it.
What led up to that? How did this dimension happen?
There was this guy.
His name Igor? Or Igor, whatever it is. No? Nobody? No, okay.
No.
Okay.
He, we got into a fight, and, there was a hand that got chopped off, but it kept moving.
Whose hand?
Oh, none of ours. It's the guys.
Okay.
And now there's a portal that they all went into, and I skedaddled.
Is it still open? Can we get them back?
I mean, great questions.
I really enjoy how nonplussed Ashlyn is about this. She's like, oh yeah, this happens all the time.
Right.
Well, you don't know, right? She's been doing this sign with artifact runes thing for quite some time, as far as you know. Maybe this is just what happens.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, Ashlyn, you may have more knowledge about whether or not we can get them back than I do. But maybe we should grab our things.
To what purpose would that be? I don't. Maybe we should go below deck into your lab away from people and talk about getting my extra items.
Yeah, the things. Yes, exactly.
You keep it secret for my crew? Keeping secrets from my crew.
Hey, you're not there.
We're also keeping secrets from you.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah. Okay, so let's reconvene down in your lab and kind of go over options. In the meantime, you can tell me. Did you left before you can who opened it? Who's the person with the disembodied hand now?
I feel I should know his name, but I was busy not paying attention to him and paying attention to the Shark Man.
Shark Man?
That's another story. He was pretty chill, but also probably sucked into the void. See, the guy, he also was into Alkima, though not like the same field I do. He seemed pretty advanced. It's a nice lab.
I bet. Where did he end up? Did he end up getting sucked into the portal too, or no? He's still there.
Good questions.
Good questions, no answers. Great. So basically, we'll be walking back, and he may or may not be there with Shark Guy, who may or not be there.
Oh no, a Shark Guy is there. That's probably a good thing.
Okay. Let's just. I'm very confused here. So, disembodied hand guy, still hand that works. Summoned the portal, sucked everybody out. Everything's now all done. They're not. There's no
I didn't really wait around to find out. I saw the void and I ran. Because that's what you do when you see the void.
Yeah, for you, yes, I guess.
I mean,
well, I guess we have to go back and get them, yeah?
we can certainly go back.
Okay, then, let's... I don't know what to do with this crew. Should we just let them stay here like sitting ducks? I don't know. Are there other people that are going to come and kill them off? I don't know.
I mean, I hope not, because then we'll be stranded, but...
That's what I'm worried about.
There's nothing really I can do about that, though.
No, I know. We're just... Okay,
I don't think they'd listen to us anyway.
Yeah, I don't think so either. They probably take after the captain a little bit, docked.
Well, I wouldn't go that far. But, they probably don't see us as any sort of authority figure.
Yeah, so we can't tell them to do anything anyways. All right, we're going to keep the artifacts here. We're not going to take them with us.
All of them?
You want that blanket, don't you?
I always want the blanket. It's so warm.
I saw you.
It's some pretty serious secrets they're keeping from you, Captain.
Let's see.
All right, one thing you can take with you, and that's it. The rest have to stay here.
It really would be between the almond and the glowy bit.
You want to take...
I'm saying it's one of those two. I don't know which. I don't think the jewel's gonna do us much good.
It's your choice.
I mean, this is your area a little. I mean...
I would rather not take them at all, but you seem pretty adamant that you take one or all of them.
Well, the sticky one... Hey, Greg?
Yes.
The sticky one.
Yeah.
You say it's easy to remove.
Yep.
But does it have to be done in a certain way? Or is it just kind of loosely stuck to whatever you put it on?
No, it's kind of like it's magnetically attached to everything.
Okay.
It's sticky, right?
Well, magnetic, you know.
Does it magnetically stick to your hand?
Yeah, it could. Not that you know that.
Right.
Just just asking helpful out of
The
character
testing
questions.
process has been an ongoing thing.
I think maybe the almond would be potentially useful.
Even though it shows signs of
I mean, the runes seem similar to what's down in the cave. To something in the cave.
well, that's something new.
So that would be my best guess for anything useful that we can bring to bear. You know, I
Alright,
said maybe a cannon. Should we look at cannon over there? No, that's
No.
ridiculous.
No. Okay, so then we can grab that. We'll stow away the others.
Okay.
And I'm gonna grab a couple of guns.
Yeah, I'd grab a gun.
Yeah. Not entirely sure how useful that's going to be, given disembodied hand man, but I propose we just sneak. We do not, engage him.
Sneak. Yeah, I can sneak.
So you said he had a nice lab.
He does have a nice lab. That's correct.
What all was there? Did you notice anything? Like any other like artifacts, or did you learn anything?
I don't. I mean, there was a shark man.
We've established that.
There was a. He had some lab notes, a couple volumes actually, but those were also all about the shark man. There were various alchemy ingredients, but nothing that, and the portal, and runes, lots of runes that match almond thing here.
Okay.
Um,
So possibly the way, like, if the portal's not there, maybe the answer to that portal will be in that lab.
it could be, but probably not in the books.
Where else?
You got me.
You're the alchemist here.
Yeah. Well, step one is to get back there and take a look around, and if I don't, I'll come up with something after that.
All right.
Okay, so you've grabbed some stuff, equipped your gear, and you're headed back towards the lab in hopes to be useful in some fashion.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Well, I'm sure we're all pretty interested in the other half of this group at
No.
this stage.
No. Yeah, no, there's nothing going on
So,
elsewhere.
Just
Ricardo, Ursula, and Valdis.
What's up?
I'm sorry, distracted by my cat.
We all are.
He got some pretty good tail pictures there. That's his best part. I don't know if you guys know that, but it really is his best part. He has the most fantastic tail ever. Showing it off here.
Mm-hmm.
We'll do a stream later. It's just Silder's tail.
Mm.
Could probably get followers. Yeah. Okay. But the important thing here is the last thing you remember, right? There you were standing around the dark pool that had turned into some strange malleable liquid. There was the shape of your nemesis at the moment, at least, in there.
I remember trying to tackle him.
And then tentacles grabbed some of you. You got pulled in. We already established that not only did you get pulled in, but Shark Guy was there too, charged, and he went in as well. And Captain, you still had his arm.
Yep,
grasped
I
in
have
one
an
hand.
arm and a torch. I don't know if the torch made it through, though.
I think. Well, we'll find out, because there was a moment of like blackness, and then a kind of like screeching in your head, and then you feel just the kind of cool, warm lapping of water on your faces as
Like-
you're lying somewhere. It's really bright. You were just in this dark cave, and your eyes are trying to adjust. As you
Oh.
stand up, you or look around, I guess first. You're on a beach, face down in a beach. Captain, you do in fact still have a lit torch, which is sputtering in the waves.
I
And a
fetch it
hand.
out, and I put the hand. I look around. Are more importantly, are Ursula and Valdis here?
Yes. They are also face down in the beach with sand stuck to them.
I kind of hobble over to. Wait, is there anybody else here?
Well, sharp guy. He looks like he's on his back, kind of like snoring almost, like he's asleep or something. Maybe like wiggling a little bit in the waves. And he's here. There also appears to be a man in black and white clothes approaching from the shoreline, from inland.
So yeah, I quickly hobble over to Ursula first, and I plant the torch in the sand. Hopefully that keeps going for a while, and I kind of gently shake her, try to shake her awake.
Yeah,
Yes.
Ursula, you wake up just fine.
Ugh,
Ursula,
I hate the sand.
does it look like is the sky a weird color? Are we clearly in a different dimension, or like are we just on some random beach?
The sun is high in the sky. Otherwise, it looks pretty like what you would expect.
Okay.
It's definitely not like Norway, though. It looks tropical.
So I'll stand up and continue to have a death grip on my gigantic sword. Where's Valdis? Oh, over there. And
Yeah.
Frostman made it in. I'll get them up if you want to see what that's about.
Cool. So I start reloading one of my pistols as this guy approaches, and I'll take a few steps towards him and
So-
kind of put up my hand.
So reloading the pistol is generally best done two-handed. Do you put the arm down?
Yeah, I
Oh.
don't need to be. That's kind of weird.
Because three-handed doesn't actually help you here.
No. You want me to? I can take the hand.
Okay?
Well, as soon as he sets it down, it does, try and keep crawling. It is still moving.
No, I'm just gonna. I'll grab that. I
Great.
got a handle on it.
Okay.
Valdis, your wake up as well. To be clear.
Okay, great. When did we decide to take a nap on the beach?
Something about the creepy, oozy tentacle things, I assume.
Why do you still have the hand?
Well, I'm not gonna let it go.
There's
It'll
something
be
on
more
it.
powerful when he's whole. There's
There's
a reason I always cut off monsters' hands, young one.
Ugh,
something unexpected happened, or we had a little too much to drink at some point, and we can't remember it. I don't know.
I'm gonna wiggle the hand in Valdis's direction.
Stop.
uh,
It is
Come, get up.
sufficiently creepy.
I'm sure it is.
That soup's gross, man.
Valdis, when you look around and you see the guy approaching, you don't just see the guy approaching, you also can see what in your mind looks very much like a deva following him. It's about 7 feet tall, skinny, golden skinned, kind of. It's bright. It's like shining, almost like the flames or heat coming from it. And it's also walking your direction along with the guy.
Oh, that's great. Well, yeah, I guess I'm gonna approach that guy.
I'll go get Sharkman up.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, Sharkman, he's like in the water, right? And he seems like he really likes that. He's like, so good to be in the water again. Oh, uh, where are we? Oh, I got evil to kill, or bad guy, right? Whatever.
Yeah.
And he looks around and then looks confused.
It's okay. Come with me. We'll figure it out.
Uh, I don't get why mean guy would take us to beach.
I don't either.
Right. Okay. So Ricardo and Valdez, you guys are headed towards the guy, and Ricardo looking at least a little threatening with that gun. He stops a good, distance away, like 20 feet or so. He puts his hands up, in a non-threatening, uh, but not, aggressively putting them up.
Right.
And it says, "Hello, I am Piotr." At this point, it's very clear, and this might be relevant for in general. He is in fact wearing Batacine robes. Also, he does not. His skin looks just normal. He doesn't look uh, pale or dark splotchy or any of that stuff that there's been some of.
Is Ursula's sword glowing?
Ursula's sword is not glowing.
Okay, yeah. It's a good sign. Good sign. Well met, Piotr. We seem to have washed ashore here, and we do not know where exactly we are. I am Captain Ricardo Insegna. Can you tell us where we are?
You are here because I grabbed you. You intercepted might be the right word. Leandros had some plans for you, I understand. I don't know what they are, but he and I aren't on the best terms at the moment, so perhaps if you come with me, I can shed some light.
Ah, yes. We can do that, but I have one question before we go. What the hell are you talking about?
I think that's the question I offered to answer.
No, I mean, where are we? What do you mean? I, I just have more questions.
Well, my domain, as you can see, is very pleasant, but it is not for what you would consider in your world. If that answers one of the questions.
I say a quick prayer under my breath, kind of look back at Ursula and Valdis, see what, gestures or facial. I kind of give a,
I'm not even looking at you or the guy. I'm too busy eyeballing his data.
so you're just like staring off to the side.
I'm just staring into space.
Okay.
So you claim to be an ally against this Leandros?
Leandros, Father Leandros, who brought you here. I assume that you have made poor acquaintance of him.
I'm gonna raise the severed hand. I think you might be right. Also, do you have a way to destroy this? Because I don't want to have to hang on to it much longer.
He chuckles a little bit, and he kind of like steps forward towards the hand, and he kind of points towards the ring on it and raises his eyebrow with kind of a smirk. And then says, "Yes, if you would be so kind, and he puts his hand out for the hand, kind of like a handshake, or
Hey, so the severed arm hand has a ring on one of the fingers?
yeah, it does. You guys haven't had a lot of time to like look
That's
at these
fair.
things.
I'm gonna look at the ring before I hand over the hand.
Yeah, it's relatively plain, but has a kind of engraving, like swirl pattern on it.
Would I recognize it from anything or no?
No, it doesn't ring any bells.
That's fair. All right, I hand it over.
He takes it, holds it up, and then like from somewhere, like an intense burst of heat and fire appears, like and just the whole thing starts smoldering and bursts into flames and incinerates into ash in his hands. And
Oh.
so
Well,
Val-
I tried that. It didn't work for me. Uh,
so Valdus, it was pretty clear that was his Deva at work. His Deva actually came over to that. You saw that.
Right. And at which point I'll be like, I'm surprised to see another Loseus here.
That is in fact why I am here.
Mm.
Do you wish to converse in more comfortable surroundings, or is the open sky?
We can talk in more something more comfortable. I think maybe we should get off this beach.
Valdis, I take it you are like him? He's like you in the way that we talked about?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do you trust him?
About as much as I trust any other Loseus, but yeah. No, I
Fair enough.
think we can trust him.
Put my sword away then.
Short guy leans over towards you, Ursula, and goes, he got bad clothes like other guys. Should I eat?
Not yet.
I am hungry.
Well, there is a whole ocean over there.
Do you want to go play out there, and if we need you, we'll come get you? If that's okay with Piotr.
or does Piotr have food?
Alas, food and sustenance is not something that I can easily provide you here. But if it is welcome for him to play within the waves, then let that be so.
You don't have guests here that often, I can take it.
You would be my first and only.
Oh.
This is what you might recall, and he dramatically pauses, a prison.
Oh,
Mm.
great.
And with that, we're going to switch back to the other group.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Bam. Shell dropped.
Meanwhile, back at the ranch.
So, after
No way.
heading up there, the two of you have gotten back into the cave. This is your first time seeing the cave, so you can tell that it does in fact look a lot like the lab on the boat, although maybe more expansive and more not worrying about the floor moving.
Yeah.
So lots of like glass and stuff around. A lot of it got shattered. There was definitely some activity that went on here. There's a pile of books over in one corner. There is a pool of water that's black and foreboding looking in the kind of in the middle-ish of the room. And there's also a big cage that stands open on one side.
I look over at Esteban, Shockman.
Yep.
Okay. This pool was it here before?
Yes, that's the portal thingy.
Oh, great. Okay, so then let's start looking for some information.
I mean,
Do they
good
jump
luck.
through it?
No, not exactly.
What happened?
The master of this lab somehow activated it, and like I said, I didn't see too much because I was busy
Okay.
escaping.
Well, let's go through what we can around here. See if there's anything of relevance. Did you go through any of this when you were here?
Yes.
Okay.
Like I said, should be 3 books over there. Are they still there?
Yeah, they're totally still there.
Which ones did you get through?
I mean, I glanced through them all very rapidly. They all seemed to be about Sharkman, but we can glance at them again.
They're about Shockman. Is there any other stuff around in the lab? Like written scrolls, diagrams?
I mean, the short answer is you guys are researching or taking time now that you're not in a crisis situation to do some research here and look at what's going on.
Yeah.
So why don't you give me those scholarship rolls with scholarship
Oh, shit, yeah.
and see how many raises we get. I'll give you.
Let's see. Don't forget your, what's that one called again?
Oh, the first one?
Yeah, first time
Yeah,
we used the
The
skill.
bonus.
Flare.
Flare. I got 4 raises.
All right.
Okay.
All right, I got 4 raises too.
So that means you guys are pretty much on the same page, it seems like. The Esteban, when you first looked through the books, like you got kind of this impression that they were, like creating Sharkman, right?
Yeah.
But now that you're looking at it, you realize that a lot of what this was about wasn't necessarily creating Sharkman, but that it was about how to use fey creatures, how to manipulate fey creatures themselves,
No.
and to do things to fey creatures. There's a whole section in one book on stealing fey creatures' essences and like enhancing yourself with them.
Fascinating.
There's
Yes.
a whole lot of that kind of stuff going on, and there's one of the whole books is notes about dealing with something they call the furbolg.
Furbolg?
Yeah, you don't necessarily know what a furbolg is per se, but it's clearly large, ogre-like creature with a beard. And there's lots of examples of things they did to it that sound pretty intense.
Huh. That's...
Is it just like for warfare, or is it like, is there, what's the reasoning behind it?
That's a great question.
You don't need a reason for science.
You obviously do if you're bastardizing the Fae.
So they're clearly using Signearth artifacts to do this. So the core like theory that they're working on here is that the Signearth were doing this before already. This is like they're re-understanding Signearth knowledge about how to manipulate the Fae to create new beings.
No, I don't believe it.
Fascinating.
Which leads to a lot of questions, especially for you, Ashlyn, about the current Fae and potentially their relationship with Signearth, right? Like, are the Fae something that the Signearth created?
Right.
That there's an argument for that based on what you're reading here.
Created or at odds with each other.
I mean, your history would tend to incline at odds with each other. The Fae don't get along with anybody.
Right.
And they claim to have as long a history as the Signearth, so.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna take these books.
So-
But still nothing on the portal. I mean, like, the primary reason why we're here.
I mean, I'll try to find anything about a portal in here.
What, you guys got distracted by really cool research and forgot about
Right,
rescuing
yes.
the rest of the party?
I mean, I certainly did, yeah.
I mean, it was on the back of my mind.
Take a hero point, although that sounds like I should be giving you a danger point, actually. But
What?
Danger.
for getting distracted about the party. No, that's letting your hubris get in the way, right? Which is
Oh, is that what that is?
Uh,
No.
Ashlyn, on the other hand, is a little more focused on I need to get everybody back and save people. You think? So
Mhm.
she did, in fact, find like there's at least some markings. They look like they actually came as like a translation of stuff that was already in the room.
Okay.
And it's not in one of the books. It's kind of in like some loose papers that are around. And you're like, oh, you think these are relevant, but you got to do some translation stuff on them and work it. So you're working on that. When both of you get to roll perception,
Uh-oh.
and it's
Notice.
almost certainly wits notice at this point.
Right.
Wits notice.
Okay. Hopefully I'm pretty good at this. Let's notice.
I got
Ooh.
5.
I got 6.
Oh, yay! High five.
You guys are both very observant. As you're doing that, you notice somebody is approaching the cave.
Hide. And since I'm small, I can hide behind like a rock or something fairly easy.
There's a desk or a table over there. Plenty of hiding places for small
Right?
people.
Yeah. So that's
I mean,
what I'm gonna
I'll
do.
try to hide too. Ha 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 ha.
While you guys are
Somebody
hiding, we're going to move over to the other group because we'll move back and forth a lot, and
Okay.
for dramatic tension or whatever we call it. The rest of you have gone into a small like bungalow by the beach with Father Piotr, probably Father.
This is a fancy prison.
Papa Piotr.
Papa. Good. And he has invited you to sit down.
I do so.
All right.
I kind of look around. Is it? Are there? How like is it old and broken down and worn? Is it clean? Is it?
It's very clean and orderly and well put together.
Okay.
There's not a lot of sign of dirt or grime or anything like that here at all.
Cool. Yeah. I sit down and look at him. I give him squinty, suspicious eyes.
I guess I'll ask you what you were doing that got you here.
Trying to stop a madman.
I would assume you're referring to Leandros and their plan.
I don't know what his plan is, but he is definitely super messed up, and we didn't want to take part in that, so we decided to stop him. And then he just sort of opened up a portal, and we all just kind of went inside.
I feel like he forced us to go inside the portal.
Wait, Piotr, I thought you said that you were the one who brought us here.
I did. I noticed what was going on and was able to, with help, I am not helpless in my prison, luckily, intercept you. I don't. He will notice, and will, I'm sure by now, and may, in fact, um, be looking for you as we speak.
Any particular reason, or just, that we hurt him very badly before he vanished?
Well, most of my former colleagues are not particularly forgiving, which seems strange given our beginnings.
Who are, or maybe a better question, what are your colleagues?
We were a sect of the Vatican Church that was not like afraid of the strange things, but that realized that everything must be a part of the prophet's plan, and that all the pieces are there, and perhaps dabbled too deep in our own. For they, Leandros and the others, they feel like they have found a better way to make heaven, or a better way for at least them to ascend. It is eventually why I've come to odds with them, for I decided that I was not quite willing to sacrifice all the souls for their
And
plan.
that was your crime. Your crime was not sacrificing souls for which they have imprisoned you here.
I decided that I wanted to stop, that I did not want to follow this path of the ancients that would lead us to some place where we would not be human, or even those things that we worried about in the darkness of the night would become bigger, stronger, and even if I could command them, I did not wish to.
Why? Yeah, so you got in their way. Why didn't they kill you?
They are saving me for one of their important experiments. And when he says that, he actually turns and looks at Valdis.
Mhm.
One of the Deva are also old.
Mhm.
The Deva have a history that I don't believe they even passed down amongst themselves. Things they wish were forgotten, for they are proud, and do not believe that they were once servants of such creatures as the Sign Earth.
Oh, yeah, I can definitely see that.
Your Deva gives you a sidelong look.
Well, I'm just saying, you wouldn't take orders from anybody. Don't look at me like that.
As a quick aside, your Deva and Peter's Deva haven't really like talked to each other,
Oh,
partly because it looks like they don't want to get near each other.
well, I mean, we're talking ice and fire here, so
Right.
Oh,
yeah,
doing good.
keeping distance is probably for the best.
Uh, Piotr, how long have you been here?
I do not know. Uh, as far as I can tell, it has been months.
Do you know what the date was when you were imprisoned?
Oh, well, yes, of course, that would make sense. And he gives you a date that is about a year ago.
Mm.
Okay, well, that's kind of relieving. I almost expected you to say you had been here for centuries or something. You know?
No, once things have started moving, they are moving fast now. Any day, I expect them to return here to make the final cut.
The and do you know the name Igor Steeltooth?
Igor reminisces, or he thinks a bit. Like, I do believe it is a memorable name. They're one of the. It was a pirate, is he not?
Yes.
We used many of the pirates and other such undesirables to gather information and objects. He is probably one of them.
Hmm.
You were seeking artifacts using pirates. Huh?
They are good at stealing things.
Mm-hmm.
I was
And
on
easily
a ship
motivated.
once with a pirate hunter who was hunting pirates and artifacts. His wife was had a keen interest for those things. Unfortunately, I did not ask pry into what was going on there, so if it was related at all, I cannot say.
What is that saying that the Vodachi have? All the webs are connected.
Well, she was a Fate Witch, so
I don't think what you have stumbled upon here you might think of as a couple of rogue priests, but I implore you that it is far more than that. If you were to see the network behind this, I believe you would be shocked.
Eh,
Mm.
well, how do we get out of here? Huh?
Right about then, you hear Shark Guy, um, like make like some sort of roar or something, and like an angry, and you kind of hear his big footsteps coming this direction,
oh shit.
which sounds like our dramatic switch to the other group.
Yep.
Oh no!
What
So-
could that be?
You guys saw something coming your direction.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
We're hiding.
What do you? You're just hiding, right?
Well,
Yeah.
I'm also reading a book under a desk.
Multitasking is good, right? Sometimes you have to hide, but you might as well be useful while you're hiding
Yeah, exactly.
and get some work done. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
I'm gonna hide and kind of like keep an eye on who comes in and see if I can. Like,
okay. So whoever it is has a sword out, and so you get that dramatic thing where the sword kind of comes around the corner, and then it comes around and it's Giuseppe.
What the fuck?
Is that out loud?
No. No, I'm keeping it quiet for
You
now.
guys are staying hidden. Okay.
No, well,
I mean,
I
you can
gotta
hear-
finish the chapter first, and then
No,
I
you
just,
can hear our thoughts. Or what, right? The thoughts or emotions?
It does. That's what he said. Yes.
There's
Okay.
no hiding. I step out.
hi, Giuseppe. Just under this desk reading. What brings you to this part of town?
Yeah.
Well, Ashlyn just rushed off, and it sounded like you guys were maybe in some danger or something. I got a lot of like, I don't know what you would call it, like a bad emotion thing.
Anger?
A
Confusion?
little bit
Fear.
of irritation, maybe.
Irritation. Yeah, that's probably maybe like something. Yeah. Anyway, so I came. I was worried that something might happen.
Well, wow.
So Esteban, when he says that, you don't think he's looking at you at all. He said that I'm worried if something would happen. It was pretty much totally for Ashlyn, not for
No,
you.
I definitely think he's looking at me.
I mean, you guys are buddies, right?
Obviously.
I'm not really paying attention to that because now I'm just like, there's like, I don't know where this other guy is. We have some more time to go. Like,
Huh.
time is of the essence. Like, how long is that portal going to stay there? We don't know. We don't have that much information.
Well,
You found something?
nope, definitely not. Did you find anything?
Fuck no, I did not. This guy has too much of shite around here.
That's not true, though,
Yeah.
right? You just found those one notes.
Yeah, I guess those notes, but
I mean, unless you're hiding them from Esteban, which
no, but not Giuseppe. Giuseppe's here.
Okay.
So I kind of go over to Esteban and I like give him a couple of notes. It's like maybe you should take a look at this. In the meantime, I turn around to look at Giuseppe again and why didn't you stay on the shit? It seems
I
that's
think
what
he could
you-
be useful, actually. I mean, he's pretty good with a sword, and
Well, yes,
Or
he
not.
is. Just with what's going on with him, of all of the people.
I mean, Giuseppe, you're doing okay, right?
It's just downstairs.
I mean, I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, you can stick around for a while.
I mean, comparatively, I mean, I'm really not doing okay at all if that's relevant. But
It is actually very relevant.
We call this in the medical field exposure therapy. You have to get out into the world and confront it.
No, not.
I'm an expert.
Oh God. Ooh, okay. I don't agree with that at all.
Well, I have a medical degree.
Mm-hmm. All right. I continue to look at for some more stuff. Are there any routes around the portal that are similar? Like maybe like summoning runes to help open it up or something. Like, is there a way of opening this sucker up? Like, at all?
okay, so Esteban, you're looking at these notes,
Yes,
right?
I
And
will indeed.
the start of that translation and stuff. You definitely think that what they're talking about here is really fascinating because it looks like it's some sort of almost pre-port magic. You don't know what port magic is. It's the French magic where they like cut themselves and open tears in the world to get to other places.
That's messed up. Okay.
Right. So looks like it's a more stable version of that in that it's kind of like it's holding tears open, which you're pretty sure port
Okay.
mages might not like, but that's uh but it still looks like it requires some sort of like sorceress blood to open them.
Sorceress blood? Like a blood from a sorcerer, or
Some blood of power is kind of the specific translation.
blood of power? Blood of power. Giuseppe,
Oh
I could
no!
use your assistance.
Why not do your own hand?
Should I? Well, I'm here to help. I
Which hand could we gently nick and not impede your swordsmanship, good sir?
I mean, either probably, but like I'm right-handed, so
Oh, okay, excellent, excellent. Could you hand me your left hand?
Oh,
Do I know how much blood it needs? Just a little, right?
that'd be a little bit. Why don't you just do both of yours and just
There's-
call it a day?
there's definitely a correlation between the amount of effect and the amount of blood.
Oh, interesting, interesting.
So sacrificing someone,
Wow.
and we're not going to do that.
Well, why don't we start off small and see what happens? There's no need to go crazy. So I'll just take, a normal, just little, like maybe just a finger prick to start with. Kind of work it out and just see. All right, let's see what happens with just a small little amount.
Okay, so you prick Giuseppe, and basically you like drop it into the pool, right?
Yeah.
That's kind of how this works, and it doesn't seem to have any effect at all.
Well, for the sake of covering all of our bases, why don't we just
Okay.
prick all of our fingers and see how that works? Pointedly looks at Esteban.
Sure. Let me clean the blade. Ding.
You guys are freaking crazy.
I'll
Science.
try. We'll see. Get your hand over here, Ashlyn.
Okay.
We'll all three drop a little bit in at the same time.
All right.
It is, yes.
All right. On the count of three.
One,
Two.
2,
3.
3. Ow! Oh, this stings.
So you all did it at once, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so the that drop of blood definitely created a ripple when you all three did it across the pool, like a
Okay.
circular ripple formed not from where you dropped it, but from the middle.
Oh,
And,
okay, okay.
It comes out towards you, and you can start to. There's kind of like a low hum, but it's still pretty low.
I'm gonna take some rope out, and I'm gonna tie it to a big rock. So just in case we get sucked in, possibly we can get back out.
Isn't that cage over there like bolted down?
The cage is pretty darn stable. It's
Yeah,
bolted into the
back to that.
wall. It's
Alright.
bolted down. It has the look like it would hold something big and strong.
All right, so I'm tying that up. So if it moved with just a drop of blood, perhaps if we all three do a little bit more.
Yeah, maybe the old classic hand slice. You know,
Okay.
Seppi looks at you. The old classic?
No,
Have you done this before?
He may have. I've never done it. Typically, I don't like to dabble in this.
let's go with no.
Dabble in what? Suicide or blood magic?
Both.
There's. I'm a doctor. Don't worry about it.
And the question here is, how would we get back out in case this rope does not work?
Oh,
The notes didn't say anything about that, did they?
They don't.
Ugh.
What was the purpose
mean-
of this portal?
They talk about opening the portal. They don't necessarily say that there's like one side versus the other, so maybe it's the same on the other side, but there isn't anything like different about like getting out versus getting in.
How about recreating the portal?
You're pretty sure the portal is kind of a specific place, like this.
Yeah,
this
but-
whole cave is.
If you recreate
connected.
the portal when you're in the other place, could you then come back using that?
I'm going to say that you think that you think that's a possibility.
I mean,
All right. Well, let's start
we'll
researching.
see what
it.
we find on the other side. Are you ready?
Yep.
All right, everyone, give me your hands. I'll make sure that we can suture these up later.
You're too kind.
That's what I do. So I'll give them all a good bloody cut and squeeze it on in
So
simultaneously.
are you doing like a couple of flesh wounds sort of cut, or a dramatic wound kind of cut? The ones.
Oh,
you would
definitely
actually
not a
have-
dramatic wound. I don't.
I mean, that's what you would have to suture back up, right?
Oh yeah.
So then,
Mm,
Okay,
probably a couple of flesh wounds.
sure.
okay. So we take 2 flesh wounds.
Yeah, take 2 flesh wounds.
All right. And at the same time, we do that.
So that
See if
definitely
that
helps.
works.
It's working. Things are going. It's the pool has rippled and has changed its consistency now. It's gone like it doesn't reflect light anymore.
Oh.
And
hmm.
it's gone. The ripples came and like kind of in like a pretty big, almost a wave, and then smoothed out into like kind of this this very black obsidian like surface that doesn't reflect any light or anything. You just look into, and it's like looking into a dark pit.
I touch it.
Why not?
Your hands go through it. It doesn't feel wet.
Ah.
Well, I tie myself up.
Hmm.
You guys ready? In for a penny, up for a pound and stuff, right?
Should one of us go first or all together?
Well, I think we all should go together, but if you want to stay behind and not see where this goes, by all means.
Well, I suppose we could all go together. That sounds fine.
Okay,
Aren't
so
you up for an adventure? This is going to be fun.
Yeah, adventure.
So I tie the rope around you and seem like just cinch it a little bit too tight.
Oh.
Just remember, just slightly let go of the rope as you go down. I'll be right behind you. Be fine.
Wait, I thought we were going together.
Well, together in the same rope. I don't
no,
have
that-
enough for 3.
are you all tied together in the rope, like in like a
Yeah.
mountain climbing chain kind of
Like
thing?
mountain climbing, yep.
Okay.
Pat him on the shoulder. This is going to be great.
All right, Giuseppe, lead the way, brave sir.
I will go down first.
He gives you a look, and then says, "I'll go with Ashlyn," and
Obviously.
they leap in, and you're pretty much forced to leap in right after them because they tied you to them. So you pretty much go. Because of Giuseppe, you actually weigh a lot more than Ashlyn. So if that becomes relevant later, you all 3 jump in, tied by a rope into the dark pool, and we'll of course wait to see what happens to you as we get back to the group. As you heard Shark Guy coming your direction, what did you all do?
I stand up and draw pistol and my sword, and I move towards the. Is there a door here?
Oh yeah, there's a door. Yep. I mean, it's not much of a door. We're talking bungalow, so I even imagine it's like one of those half doors, right? Like it's just like.
Yeah, mostly just gonna
Is there a window?
and see if they can peek through the window.
Yeah, if you're looking out the door or the window, you can see that there's a really strange effect going on because it looks like someone is ripping the ocean away with like black hands or something, and leaving kind of like a dark gray behind on the other side.
I'm gonna look at Piotr. That would happen to be Leandris, would it?
I suspect so.
Is there a way we can stop it, or should we run?
I say let him come. We caught up to Sam the first time.
Of course you say that.
He seems to have plenty of hands to spare, though.
Yeah, it looks like there's like 10 of them or so tearing at the ocean, like as if someone's tearing a background away, right? Like messing with reality. And Shark Guy, like in a show of maybe not bravery, running away from that, comes running up to you guys, like, "It took the ocean."
It took the ocean. It's
Hey.
okay.
And he starts getting that kind of like berserker kind of like, "Ugh, ugh,
Hey, it's okay.
ugh."
It's okay. It's okay, buddy.
Turns
It's
around,
fine. We'll
like
get
looking
the
for something to
back.
charge. And
Only a
just
true villain would take the ocean, and then I'm gonna take my sword out and I'm gonna stand side by side with Shark Guy. He knows what's up.
the Shark takes. I mean, as just kind of like as part of his thing, he like takes a bite out of the bungalow, like just there's a big shark bite out as he takes some stuff out and goes that direction.
All right. Well, I guess we're reclaiming the ocean. Charge.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Not charge. We gotta wait for the hands to stop ripping the ocean apart.
Well,
I can only hit so many spectral hands.
we can't just let Shark Guy go on his own. He's
Well, he's
just
not-
a boy.
He hasn't charged yet. We gotta have a target.
I look at what is.
Do we
What
have
is
a target?
yeah, what does Piotr say or do? What's
Piotr looks like he's preparing himself. He stands up. Valdis, you can see that his Deva gets really close, and all the rest you can kind of feel like a warmth that comes out of there. That's coming from Piotr, like kind of not. I mean, like just a heat, or like a wave that seems to be coming from that direction.
I'm gonna take. Oh, we left the torch on the beach, didn't we?
I think
Yep.
so.
Shit.
It's not lit anymore, if that's relevant, but it is
Okay.
out there on the beach.
Are there trees? No. Okay. I guess I look around and I take a spot next to the others, and maybe off to the side just a little bit. Make sure my pistols are ready, and we're gonna face this thing. And this is a good time to I say, yes, even in this world, we do not fear your sissy black hands. We'll cut every single one of them off. And what is that? Oh crap! What's that advantage?
Nice.
Oh,
It's
trying
the
to wait for him
fancy
to finish his
dice
speech.
advantage.
I didn't write it down.
Mm-hmm.
I wrote it down. I'm not. Oh, it's the same.
For Shark Guy.
For Shark Guy.
Yeah, one of these days you guys will even ask his name, but we're just going to call him Shark Guy for a while. Maybe, I guess. Assuming he survives through this, who knows? As it is being torn away, there is kind of that spectral form that we're calling Leandros. It looks familiar, standing there. It actually doesn't respond to you right away. It looks at Piotr, and there's this eerie voice that goes, "Your meddling is not appreciated."
Your face isn't appreciated.
Your face isn't appreciated. Yeah.
At which point, the it does turn to the rest of you. You can kind of see those glowing eyes that you saw before. That's the only thing that you really remember, or that is really definitive of the spectral form. But the eyes are the same as they were back in the cave. And he says, "Here, I am not alone." And and it fades away as all of the like fun beach scene and the sky and the little bungalow and that nice set of cushions you were sitting in, they all just kind of suddenly just roll back. And you find that you're instead standing in kind of like a monochromatic world. It's like a big circular spherical room. There's doors, or not doors aren't the right word, passageways in multiple places around there. But there's also kind of like this glowing light kind of in a circle that Piotr is standing at the center of. And the where the spectral form was, there's one of those openings, and kind of like coming this way through that opening is something big and black and red. Yeah, I'm not going to call it humanoid yet.
So, not that I think my character would probably say anything, but if we just entered like a hall of doorways, what say you to just picking a door that doesn't have people in it and running to that one?
You want to just crazy chicken this?
Are we Scooby doing this monster?
I think
Yeah.
this should be a Scooby-Doo episode.
Just running through corridors.
Just, gotta make sure Shark Guy joins us with that.
I'm gonna run over to where Piotr is. Is there? I'm gonna put out a hand. Is he trapped? Is that circle? Because I ran into a invisible barrier before, if I remember correctly.
Yes. So our poll has been functioning. Yay! Thanks, audience. And we did some polling for exactly the nature of Piotr, as it turns out, and the hanged man has won. So you hold out your hand, and he says, I'm sorry, but I am not able to leave. This is. They have their claws deep into my soul, he says.
Oh, well, let's get those claws out then, huh? And
Yes.
I'm gonna down at the bottom. I'm gonna take my sword and like try to stab it kind of underneath the circle and like pry up on it.
He says, yes, you can save me. You must destroy whatever your mother's name is.
Insert mother's name here.
I didn't have it in front of me, but
Is it Maria?
Maria. Yes, just destroy Maria.
So
Which is a pretty generic name, right? That's pretty generic. Might not have anything to do with your mom.
It is pretty generic, but instead of saying generic name Maria, you just said whatever your mother's name is.
Yeah, that's
Which
probably a GM
implies
slip up
something.
there. But you can roleplay through that.
So he doesn't say just to clarify. He says you must kill Maria. He doesn't say you must kill your mother, Maria.
That's correct. Yes.
That's so not helpful.
I stop for a second and I go, who?
And he gives the full name, which is your last name as well, right? Which Insenia, Maria Insenia, part of. She has bound the cult together.
Dude. Dude.
Disappointed shake of the head.
What?
What's going on with our villains?
I thought you guys were running, but Ricardo seems distracted.
Yeah, he's distracted, so apparently we're fighting. That's apparently the plan.
Wait, where
I
is
mean,
she? Where is
That's
she?
what my character would want.
Tell me how to
do.
find her.
Oh dear.
He shakes his head. She could be anywhere.
I look. Son of
So coming out of this passageway, is some. It looks to be maybe 14 feet tall. It's got humanoid legs and arms. They're all like black. It's carrying a big axe, like a most people couldn't pick this up kind of axe. And it's
Challenge
got a
accepted.
huge red beard that is extended. And not only is it like a beard, but it looks like the ends of it are like moving on their own.
Oh.
Same with the hair, like almost like a strange, huge black giant Medusa thing. Although you're not sure if they're snake heads or what's at the end of that. It also has like its chest is like
I got 4
bloated
races to shoot it.
and doing things as well. Like it's moving in the middle of the chest. So
I shoot it.
who's ever shooting it can roll shoot.
I did 4 raises.
Okay. You do 4 raises to it. It kind of laughs and for some reason doesn't seem to take that dramatic wound you were expecting.
Hey.
Although to be fair, it did cost me a danger point, so I'm 1 down.
Yeah, I look at Ursula and say, if we die, we take that thing down with us.
So what do I know about? Is that thing a horror? I would assume.
You assume it's a horror of some sort. It's not like anything you've seen before, though.
Would I know that if I managed to cut down Leandris, that it would go away, or would we have to fight it regardless?
You have no idea.
Neat.
It does not look like. I mean, you don't see anything obviously connecting it to Leandra's.
What is Leandris doing? Is
He's
he doing
gone as far
anything?
as you can tell.
Fuck.
He faded out.
Ah, okay. Charging the big guy. I will audibly curse in German that in Isen, not German. This is a fictional country. That Leandris appears to be gone. But I will stand just inside the circle that our good buddy Piotr is stuck in, so that the horror has to cross that line in order to fight me. But I give it a string of curses as well. I'm gonna prep for this fight because it's gonna hurt. That's
Yeah.
okay. This is what I'm built for.
Why don't you give me that roll?
Hey. And this is for the first hit or for taunting it?
You're taunting it first, but it looks angry already.
I'm gonna go ahead and just spend my hero point, my other hero point right now. Yeah, an extra four
Sure.
dice.
Let's just hit it. I hit things hard enough that they hate me immediately anyway. Doing the thing that I'm
And-
built to do.
Anything below your skill turns into a 10.
Yep. Okay, so how to do this again? Hitting it with brawn, so 6. And then weaponry for 3. And then flare for 1. And then captain's inspiration for an additional 4. And then I am going to do what I traditionally do in this situation and activate my signature item for attack a foe to deal wounds equal to the raises you spend plus your highest trait when using the signature item, which would be my brawn, for a 6.
Yep.
Additional wounds.
This is gonna be nuts.
Oh, boy.
Okay, so
All
just to add to the drama of the scene, right? As you charge it, you're doing all-out attack. It's also doing an all-out attack. It's not in any way defending.
Mhm,
So you're doing kind of a Gawain and the Green Knight thing here, who can hit each other harder and still be standing.
Oh, hopefully
Just if that makes you feel good at all.
Kinda, but also scary. Hopefully it is not also Arcana the War with Victorious as its virtue. I'm really happy you did your speech thing, because I'm gonna need that. What's your speech thing do again?
Anything that's equal to or below your skill, any die roll that's equal to or below your skill is a 10. Counts as a 10.
Equal to or below. Okay. That's good, because I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ones that all become 10. Yay! Thank God. So let me.
That's what happens when you add 0 to them.
Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, with a lot of wasted over things. But that is 11 10s total for my dice, and then 6 additional wounds on top of that, and then an additional dramatic wound because of Victorious.
Okay.
And all of those are going to hurt it and not to protect myself.
Give me that total real quick one more time. The dramatic wound plus how many raises?
16.
16. Okay. So that is enough to do 2 dramatic wounds to it, which is a lot.
Woo!
Hey!
You slam into it with your sword that cuts way deeper than it expected. You got really close to it now, so you can see that chest thing is actually, it's got a whole separate maw, like it's of teeth that are in its chest.
Mm.
But you only get to see that very briefly because it hits you with an axe for 12 points of damage.
Mm-hmm. Let's make that 12. And then how many is a dramatic wound?
Every 5.
Oof, God. Ugh. Blah.
So that'd be 2 dramatic wounds plus 2, which is pretty close to what you did to it, to be fair.
Yeah.
So it was a pretty even strike, all things considered.
Which is freaking awesome, by the way. That's a giant demon thingy that you just smacked.
There's this huge clash. It roars really loudly. Your battle cry there. And Ashlyn and Esteban, you guys both hear that.
Oh, what a thing to hear.
Welcome to the party, guys.
As your like eyes are trying to adjust to some like dim grayness that you're in now, rather than the dark cave you were in before, like the first thing you hear is this like soul-shattering growl of pain and rage. And I don't know what the demon did, but that was Ursula.
that
Oh no, sorry, that
sounds
was the demon.
Probably only grunted deeply.
And coming from some direction, you're in like some hallway. The portal is still open. You can still see this blackness, although it looks like it's like rippling right now.
We need to grab everybody and get out.
Oh,
Time is of the essence. Let's get everybody.
You two are both really smart, so I will let you know that you think that there might not have been enough blood to hold it open.
oh.
Okay. Let's get this going then. So this hallway, is it just a singular hallway? It doesn't branch off or anything?
It goes 2 directions. You're in that way and the other way. One of those directions has large battle-like sounds coming from it. The other way does not. So that's pretty straightforward.
Yep.
The you are tied to a rope.
I mean, it's not going to go anywhere. So
It does seem to be hanging from the a gate, which is in the ceiling, by the way. Which is, up there.
Huh.
Okay. But we're on the ground right now, right?
Yes.
All right.
Do I think that if I go back and pour more blood into it, that'll remain open longer?
You do think that, yes.
All right, cool.
You're going to climb all the way back up there. Do you have the muscle strength to go up that way?
Oh,
Giuseppe does.
The better question is do you have enough blood to keep it open?
that's right.
No.
We do have a full thing of a demon blood. If we kill this demon, we'll have plenty of blood.
It won't help if it's not still open. I will climb up there. I'll keep it open. You guys go and help them and get them back over here.
Ow.
Oh, okay. Sure, I can do that. No problem.
So,
Okay, so I run towards the battle, apparently.
so you guys are cutting the rope?
No.
I mean, someone's going to have to cut it off me.
I am untying it because I'm the one who made the knots in the first place, the harnesses and stuff.
Okay. I mean, you can do it pretty quickly, but it's still, it takes time.
I mean, I look over at Aaron's character. I mean, somebody has to tell them that they need to get back here.
I mean, I start shouting.
Well, shouting is an option. So, other group. Ursula made her comment.
Non-squishies.
This thing, it got some respect out of that, like, as the two of you did its thing.
Do I get some Valdez backup?
What are the other
Yes.
two of you doing? Yeah.
I'm charging it because that's what we're doing apparently.
I mean, if you have range support to offer, that's cool too. This thing hurts really a lot.
No, I'm better at this. I wish I was, but I'm better at this.
It's okay, you're my son, you'll do well.
Thanks, angry German mom.
Oh boy.
Oh, hey. Wow. So good news, Valdez. It rolled 4 1s, 2 2s, and 2 3s against you.
Goodness.
That's like just one raise by itself.
Oh. Well, that's good.
So as you approach it, I assume you were sorting it, right? Or charging?
Oh yeah, yeah. I was charging.
As you're charging toward it, its beard tentacles, which is a sentence I'm going to say a few more times, hopefully,
Nope.
reach
Mm-mm.
out and try and grab you with 5 raises to grab you.
Oh jeez.
So you can
Beard
spend 5
tickles?
raises to not be grabbed.
Okay.
And if that leaves you with anything, then you can do something with them.
So remember, you get those ones. Anything below your skill will turn into a 10.
Right, gotcha. I'm definitely gonna need that because, yeah. Okay, so that. All right, well that's good. Woo! Six raises.
Oh, hey,
Hey!
you've got a raise left over to like.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and cut this guy's beard.
So you do 1 flesh wound to it as you, with your 1 remaining raise, as you like avoid it with 5, and then kind of like just slash out there with it. It cuts off 1 beard tentacle, but they're not. There's a lot of them.
Oh, fantastic.
They're not in the like big tentacle range. These are like small tentacle
That-
range.
I mean, that's fine. I'll cut them all.
Um,
One at a
so
time.
That's how that goes. Ricardo.
So yeah, I'm gonna run in there as well, but I'm going to instead of trying to do a whole bunch of damage to it or whatnot. Basically, I want to spend my raises so that it either focuses on me or other people take less wounds fighting it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it totally does.
Like I'm going to spend my raises to take away wounds from other people, or make it easier for them so that they can spend their their raises doing damage.
Okay, since you're focused, but you're not necessarily in an attack.
I would like to do that we can do something else if this is too crazy. But basically, I want to kind of run up behind it and jump on its back, grab onto those beard tentacles and start yanking. Maybe I have a pistol in my hand. I'm just gonna shoot the beard tentacles and kick it and pull on it, grab the axe and like hang on as best I can, punch it in the eye, like try to poke it.
Yeah.
Get the shin.
It charged out of the tunnel that it came from, so you could get around it. It's also, distracted
maybe,
by
like,
2 people already. So yeah,
I
go
could
right
like
ahead.
climb up on the side of the tunnel and like leap off onto its head or something.
Luchador.
You are going to need, so make your roll. These will be raises that we get to take off of whatever it's about to do to Ursula.
Hey!
I'm assuming that's going to be like finesse or
Finesse or panache?
athletics is probably where I'm going, but you could use weaponry as well because you were using a lot of weaponry in this endeavor. Don't forget your flair.
Flare!
don't forget my flair. Oh, pretty good. That's 4 raises. With
Okay. You have to spend one of those raises to avoid these like little maws and stuff that you find on its back.
Oh,
I'm not gonna spend that. I'm
Okay,
gonna
well, take your
save
flesh
it.
wound for that then.
Okay.
You take 1 flesh wound as some part of you is bit by it on your way up there.
Cool. Yeah, I'm gonna save it. And I think it's kind of similar to the advantage I have, where if I create an opportunity, somebody else can basically claim it for free. So
Yeah,
whatever opportunities present themselves, people with those 4 raises, whether or not it's saving from wounds or some other thing, people can claim them.
You could also spend one of your raises to hear Esteban. I don't know if you want to.
Nope.
Okay. Let's get back to Ursula then.
Hey.
At this point, you two are kind of in a slugfest, although
Yep.
it raised its axe and that did do it. So now it like raises both arms, one of which is notably doesn't go up as high because of that slash and gash in it.
Yay.
But then like its chest opens up and like alien like something shoots out at you.
Neat.
A big sharp pointy thing. There's lots of sharp pointy things in that direction. And you are
Dodging? Swinging at it? I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing.
Oh, is this a monster thing?
it qualifies as a monster, yeah.
So should this take? I can't remember what the Eisen
Teeth.
Eisen does.
The word is teeth.
It does not qualify as a horror. That's relevant. I mean, it is horrible, but it's not an Eisen horror.
Damn foreign
And it is-
horrors.
You got to put more emphasis on the R, the ers.
Foreign horrors.
Horrors.
Horrors. Look, man.
It's been a long day.
It's been a
I'm
long-
sticking with my statement.
So you can roll your thing. I'm going to roll its.
All right.
You get to roll one extra dice because it's got 2 dramatic wounds.
Hey.
And it gets to roll one extra dice against you because you've got 2 dramatic wounds.
Boom.
That being said, you also get you get to roll an extra dice because you're wounded,
Hey.
and so does it. So we have escalated, haven't we?
Lots of dice. All of the dice. Okay.
Ooh. Hey, does this count as my servant quirk?
Probably.
Do I get a hero point for that? That'd be pretty
I
cool.
think so.
Yeah.
My memory serves. Okay. What? I mean, by the way, as a side note, one of my GM powers, I don't know if you know this, but Laura knows this really well, and others who played with me. One of my GM powers is that I roll really badly.
I mean, I'm okay with that. You'll be the second GM I have that does that
So
consistently.
it's a pretty consistent thing. For example, I actually rolled more ones this time than I did against Valdez
Oh,
Yes.
because I have more dice to roll.
Nice.
So you're probably not too bad off, but we'll get to that. How did
Alright.
you do?
I got 7 raises with 1 wasted dice.
Okay. So that ties it. You guys both got 7.
Hey.
And so you could, in fact, completely avoid the thing in its chest if you wanted to. Alternatively, you could try and do some stabbing of it while you're taking that.
If I let it hit me, how many raises would it take to cut whatever it is off of the thing?
More than you have,
Shit.
I think. Yeah, yes. That
What
would
if I
be-
used some of the available extra raises from our captain?
So let me do quick math here. You need 11 raises to cut it off.
I would have to use all 4 of your extra raises if that's all right with everybody.
Do it.
All
Do
right,
it.
yeah.
Oh my god, just do it.
Yeah.
I'm cutting it off, whatever it is.
Okay. So the best way to get a good slice on it was to let it grab you with its teeth. So you did that.
Yep.
Oh,
Take your 7 flesh wounds.
Oh.
I think you're into exploding dice now, though, so you should be good.
Hey!
But then now that it's latched onto you like that, you take your sword, heave it down, It takes a couple of cuts. But you cut the thing off. You don't think that it was poisonous, but it is sure covered in a lot of slime.
Yep. Puts me at 3 dramatic wounds, team.
Woo.
Fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, should that be 4? Because I had 12.
12 plus 7 is 19. You're not helpless yet.
Not yet.
I'm also hard to kill, so
Yeah.
I won't be helpless
Oh, that's
until
right.
I hit 5.
Because you're a fucking badass.
Because this is what I'm built to do.
Yeah.
So Esteban and Alicia, or Ashlyn, excuse me.
Alicia.
No, it's got an A and a sh.
Wow.
Sure.
I've heard some doozies. That sounds good.
What?
Alicia Keys.
You guys are lucky
Right.
I use names. Um,
Yeah, I know what I'd want to do.
that growl became an inhuman screech, but you're also pretty sure you can hear Ricardo saying some things, like
It sounds like it.
inspirational or something like that. And there's a lot of pounding and slashing, and it sounds pretty bad, whatever's going on in there. They're apparently yelling too loud for them to hear you.
Well, I want to run in that direction and hopefully get to our Eisen warrior.
Well, you took the last round to untie yourselves from the rope, so you're good.
Yes.
And
Okay.
you, Giuseppe, and Ashlyn all run that direction, I guess?
No, because we have to keep that portal open. So
Okay. You're keeping
I
the
look
portal
over
open?
at. Yep, I'm gonna keep the portal open.
you're
So
Oh, go ahead.
yep, nope. Go ahead.
I was just going to ask what you were doing, so you tell me what you're doing.
Well, I'm gonna look over at Giuseppe, and gonna say something, and then I like pull it back. I'm like, don't die, and then I climb up the rope.
Okay, so you're leaving Giuseppe behind and going back up.
Yep, I have to keep the portal open.
Sure. Side note,
With blood.
as soon as you get like a couple feet off the ground, there's like almost a gravitational pull into the portal, so it gets really easy. And you
I
can
could have
just,
done
like,
that.
Yeah.
He did. He could have done it, darn it.
It required 0 raises to go up that rope.
I'm so upset. I have to face danger now because of you.
I know. Can I like magically? Can I replace myself with Esteban instead? And he can be
No, I'm gonna go save our Eisen warrior.
All right.
I just gloated about how I'm a doctor. I'm gonna go prove it.
Well, you're gonna need to save me after I bleed out.
Eh.
Yeah.
Side note, back in the other group, I did, Ricardo,
Yep.
you were distracting, so technically I could have taken 4 wounds off of Ursula for your
I think
distraction.
she used those 4 to cut. What, I don't know what she.
No, you could have reduced the damage a little bit, but we'll just leave that for Valdis coming up now.
Oh, okay.
That sounds
Okay.
good.
Can I do a thing?
You run into the room. And
Okay.
This
That
is your
is-
first that you've seen of this. Because there's like a guy over there in a priest's robe standing at one end of the room kind of quietly, while kind of at the other end in kind of this, there's the whole big circle ring of white light around this anyways. The rest of the party is enmeshed with this monstrous horror of doom.
Oh.
That is the thing of your
Oh, hello.
nightmares.
Hello, everyone.
Hi.
Valdis and Ursula.
This is the thing.
Valdis and Ursula, you aren't looking his direction at all. But Ricardo, since you're on top of the thing, looking that way, you totally see him run in.
Captain. Ah.
Little busy.
Okay.
Yep.
Valdis, what are you up? Yeah, what are you up to?
Time to attack some more. Yeah, I'm gonna attack some more. That's the game plan.
Okay,
A
well,
good game plan.
you're still entangled with beard tentacles.
Right.
Oh.
And I'm chopping through beard tentacles.
What a good sentence.
No.
Okay. Give me your chop through beard tentacles roll.
Chop through beard tentacles is going to be 7 raises.
Holy shit.
Wow.
Okay. So since Ricardo is helping you specifically with the beard, right? You're like grabbing and cutting beard tentacles and stuff up there.
Yep.
That's right on your thing. You're only going to need to spend 4 of those to avoid getting entangled in the beard.
Okay, good. I'll
So that
spend-
leaves you with 3 to slash edit.
Yes.
And you do. So you slash at those pretty good. Works out okay. Although I forgot that its dice are exploding now, but we'll remember that for the next one.
Oh.
Oh no. Oh no. I will shave you.
Oh, dear.
Now, which one of you took that cosmetologist background? I forgot. It'd be really useful right now. Barber, I guess, perhaps more useful, but still, there you are. Esteban, you ran in. Were you going to do anything when you ran in?
Yeah, well, I see that Ursula is a bloody mess, and so I'm gonna work a little miracle to try and heal her, mostly in the form of like throwing blood coagulants on her wounds, which will probably hurt, but you're gonna stop bleeding.
So from one side, I have a giant maw probably somewhere on my torso, and then from the other side, I'm just gonna hear "get better," and then dust is gonna touch me, and it's gonna.
Yeah,
Oh,
you might feel,
Molotov cocktail on you, but it'll cauterize the wounds.
Oh,
You're
thanks.
welcome.
You said you had a PhD.
Here, drink this real quick. Pour this on you. It'll hurt, but you're gonna feel better.
Thanks, Doc.
This requires a hero point from me, and one raise on what I assume is a scholarship roll.
I mean, do you actually have to hit her?
I mean, Miracle Worker requires me to spend a hero point and get a raise on what is essentially a heal check.
Oh, okay, go for it.
And
I wanted you
it
to roll
should-
wits aim, though.
wits and aim. I mean, I got a little wits.
I mean, I feel confident you'll get one raise on wits aim, so let's just do it.
All right,
It's a-
all right. Can't forget my flair.
Yep, this is your first time throwing blood coagulants on people this time.
Is it Captain? Are you giving me any inspiration, or is this?
I have an idea for a thing. So, how bad?
No, I don't need it. I was just wondering if anything is in effect currently.
Oh, no, unfortunately not, because you have to be there to hear the pity remark.
No, it's all good. Let's see. When you can reroll one die if you have 3. Oh wait, no, I don't have any skill in this. Never mind. But yeah, I got 4 raises.
Okay, 4 raises sounds great. You use one of them to heal the. I assume it heals a dramatic wound, is what I'm guessing.
Yes, I heal a dramatic wound.
But I had exploding dice.
I don't know this. I just see a bloody mess and I'm like, oh, this is what I do.
I mean,
Ursula, you can
most
take a hero
people-
point for being upset that you got healed,
Rick,
which I think is exactly what I'm after.
Yay!
It's not worth exploding dice, I'm going to say, I'll tell you, but it is worth that signature weapon bonus, so maybe that'll help out.
It's worth that at least.
Sorry.
Okay, that's mostly around there, except for no, it's only doing its 2 things. Okay, Ricardo, back to you.
I want to. So I'm like crawling on this back, hanging onto it. I kind of want to like maybe. It's got Ursula in its mouth.
Hey, I cut it off.
I mean, the mouth is not connected anymore, but it is still attached to
That's
Ursula.
what you cut off. See, I wasn't sure what you would cut off, but perfect. Never mind then. I'm going to. Oh God. I think I'm pretty much going to keep doing what I'm trying to do. I want to get up into its face, though. If I can climb around and like swing around to its front and like sock it in the nose, and get right in its face. Actually, can I? Ooh, I wonder if. Let me look at my signature. What the signature item can do.
Yeah, piss the demon off. What's the worst that can happen?
I mean, it hasn't killed anybody yet.
So I'm basically gonna do the same thing, but I am gonna spend my hero point to activate my signature item to prevent a number of wounds equal to the raises I spend plus my highest trait. And can I do that, but allow other people to claim those wounds, claim those wound preventions?
Right, prevent from somebody else rather than you.
Right.
I like how you're using your signature item to like glare into it, to deflect light into its eyes so that it can't see when attacking other people.
Mm-hmm.
I will say that you're probably making yourself pretty susceptible to beard attacks.
I'm okay as long as if it beard attacking me means the scary guy with the damage dealing ice thing who gets 7 raises when he attacks doesn't have to worry about it, then I'm okay with that.
Okay. Sounds good. You are taking 1 point of damage just for being on there, so take your 1 flesh wound, because I assume you'd rather take that than sacrifice a raise.
Yeah.
And then otherwise, roll your dice.
What do you want me to roll this time? Same roll?
Sounds the same to me. Yeah.
Okay. So there's that flare.
So no flare this time.
So that's 3 raises plus my highest trait is 5. So there are potentially 8 raises worth of wounds that we can avoid.
Ooh. I'll take them all, thank you.
Or other opportunities, I guess.
Yeah.
Basically, yeah, trying to create opportunities that other people can take.
I mean, and from a dramatic perspective, the key thing here is that he's essentially blinding it, right? So it doesn't see what's going on around it. Now, it's got lots of things going on and all of that, so it doesn't look like crippled by being blind, but it's if you're trying something sneaky, you're in good shape. Ashlyn, you climbed back up, and you can definitely tell the portal is pretty close to closing.
Okay.
What's your plan?
Well, I re-slice open my hand.
Ooh.
Yep.
Okay. Do you do a dramatic wound level?
You know,
Do it.
why not? Let's do it.
Yeah.
So dramatic wound level it is. I just like put my hand over it and just like watch it drip. And keep my eye on it. Like, does it seem to go back to?
This is fine.
That is a
Great.
dramatic amount of blood.
Yeah.
No, it totally works, right? The whole thing like goes back to that, and you, in fact, it even like you can now kind of see through it with that much, right? It's like you can kind of look in, and I mean it's mostly a gray hallway, but you can see the rope going through there.
I'm gonna sit down and just keep my hand over the portal and hope they get here sooner rather than later.
Feeling a little woozy.
You know, it's fine. I got it.
Okay. Back to the monster getting to beat people up. I don't know whether I'm referring to Ursula or the demon, but one of the two.
Both? Why not both?
It's
Ursula's a magnificent beast.
still seems pretty upset with you, Ursula. So it's got that axe, and it's going to try and hit you with it again.
As it should.
while being blinded, and that's it. Are you continuing your same strategy?
Yep. I'm
You're welcome.
I'm a very one-trick pony when it comes to this kind of thing.
Leave
Except,
my
throwing.
I
stuff.
said alone.
Okay. So, I have an extra hero point now. So I am saving one perpetually until I get to 4 dramatic wounds, and then I get to trigger I won't die here, which robs him of all of his bonus dice. But since I don't have 4 yet, we'll just do another signature item for additional wounds. And doesn't give me any more dice, but that's okay. Boop. Ugh, that one's again 7 with. Oh, what a waste of 9s. How sad.
Waste of 9s.
Waste of 9s.
You can reroll 1 die, I believe, right?
That's a skill bonus for having a skill of 3 or higher.
My weaponry is 3.
Yeah. So if that'll help.
Boop. I don't know if that worked right.
Try to recalculate.
Okay, no, I did. It's still 7. Still wasted 2 of my 9s. I just got a 4 instead of a 3.
Okay.
So that is 7 raises, and then the hero point for additional wounds to a foe equal to my trait, which is 6. So 13 raises to do
13's
wounds.
a good number.
So much
Woohoo!
freaking
I don't
damage. This
protect
is nuts.
myself.
So I've got good news and bad news.
Yep.
Good news is that its 8 raises were all prevented by the blindness, so it actually missed you. It
Hey!
hit the floor really hard and cracked it. So the floor does actually crack, by the way. I don't know if this is relevant, but it does. Like it's stone of some sort. Hits it and puts a big crack in it. The bad news is you did not dramatically wound it.
Damn it!
Oh. Hey, is that one of those points things you can spend?
She already did that, and it's the start of combat, so.
Yeah, it's the first time I strike a
No.
villain during a
The
fight.
GM thing. What are those called?
Danger
Villain
points?
points.
I did not
Yeah.
spend danger points on that. I've still got 2 left, and I'm saving them.
As are we all.
Ugh.
He,
All
right?
That's what I do, though. Hopefully Valdis can take
Ah.
advantage of that level of wounding.
I mean, I had an extra dice you could buy there, Greg. If you want to give me a hero point.
Oh, if I want more danger points? Is that what you're
Yeah.
telling me? Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
well, we'll talk about that when I start running out. We are doing Valdis at this point, though, so we're going to do that.
Yep.
And
All right. I'm still chopping and hacking away like my life depends on it.
'Cause it does.
It's super oh wow. Oh. 10 9 9 9 9 9 9 8 7.
Nice.
Jesus.
So that'll be 8 raises.
Well done.
sorry, I'm having trouble counting its raises because there's so many.
Oh.
Oh.
Did I mention its dice are exploding?
Yeah.
I should heal it.
Well, you did just now.
You might have mentioned that, I guess.
Yeah, Aaron, if you heal it, then its dice won't explode anymore.
Right?
So
I'm so smart.
I mean, that might be good if you guys were planning on running away, honestly. I mean, there's an actual strategy there, but
Right.
beyond that, that's more, it's pretty meta. The, it got 10,
Ugh.
so it looks like it's grabbing you with the tentacles.
No!
The good news is if you just accept the grab this time around, you can just do your 8 wounds to it and dramatically wound it.
You know what? Fine. I'll just accept the fact that I'm being grabbed and continue to stab.
Okay, so the tentacles stuff I didn't tell you before you said that. The tentacles burn like some sort of acid or something on them.
Ow,
when they
ow,
start
ow,
grabbing
ow.
in against your flesh and skin. Take 5 dramatic wounds from being grabbed.
Whoa!
What?
Whoa!
What?
Oh wait, sorry, 5 flesh wounds.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Holy
yeah.
cow!
That was a great slip of the tongue. I wish I'd done that on purpose.
Hey, hey, die.
Hey, just
Right.
die for me, would you?
How many dramatic wounds do you take? Take 1 more than that. No,
I
no,
guess.
that's not how that works. No, that's 5 flesh wounds, which should work out to 1 dramatic wound.
Yep.
There we go.
As you are grabbed by them and somewhat immobilized. You're now somewhat pinned by the tentacles,
Mm.
which is probably not great for the group. I am spending one of my danger points to keep it on
Ooh.
its feet after you stabbed it and gave it another dramatic wound.
Mm-hmm.
So it didn't like that, as you probably stabbed it in the face, right? Because the beard, it's grabbing
yeah.
you. So you avoided stabbing Ricardo and like
Woo.
put a huge gash down its cheek and side, and you can see the teeth in there as it roars. And I'm gonna add, its breath is pretty bad.
Just pretty bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it does not. His breath does not cause additional flesh wounds.
That's good.
So there's that. Esteban.
Okay, a few quick questions. One, in any of those books, did it mention anything that resembles this guy?
Yeah, totally. This is sort of like the Furbolg Fae that was in there.
Oh.
In fact,
Oh,
you start to
Furbolg.
recognize it now that you're looking at it. You're like, oh yeah, this is what they did to the Furbolg.
Oh, hey, this is a furbolg. I know what this is. A furbolg. Yeah. Okay, that doesn't help us, but does its axe have any runes on it that seem to match?
No, the axe looks just like a big, huge piece of metal.
Cool. Well, I'm gonna go collect a sample.
Okay. So party, GM needs to point out an issue that he has made. As for dramatically, we forgot about Shark Guy, who is now charging in to take a huge bite out of this thing.
Shark
Yeah,
boy.
shark guy.
You took the ocean, he yells.
Odie,
Oh,
you're muted there.
Yep.
I bet it was a great joke, though.
It was, but you had to be there.
See, I saw your reaction twice, so it's kind of fun.
With that, Shark Guy gets a roll. I'm going to give him some bonuses for you took the ocean. Yeah. Flair. Let's give him some flair. Okay, well that only works out to 4, but he does a lot of damage with that mouth. And so he rips into it. In fact, he's much bulkier than any of you. Sorry, people who are large, but he's still, and he actually knocks it back a step as he goes into it, and whatever this thing's blood is, which is again looks black around here, goes everywhere, right? Because he's attacking like a shark, so it's a mess.
perfect.
And that's actually really going to help Aaron or Esteban. You got that.
Go pick up some tentacles, scoop up some blood.
And that requires me to spend my last danger point. So, you want a hero point there, Ricardo?
I love hero points.
Okay, you can have one. Okay. Ashlyn, we know what you're doing. So Ursula,
Bleeding.
no, Ricardo, back to you.
I'm going to pull out my sword and ram it into this gaping hole where its mouth used to be.
Sure. That seems as a side note, you kind of have a problem that there's two people in your way. Both Shark Guy and Valdis are also like near its face. But you're right there. So give it a go.
Giving it a go. Weaponry. Ooh. I got 5 raises there.
Okay. It is not in any way defending that, of course. It takes 5 flesh wounds to the face. The face is already in pretty bad shape. Some more bits of beard fall off, eagerly grabbed by Esteban as they land on the ground. With his
And then-
acid resistant
I'm sure I'm
gloves.
perfectly safe here.
Yeah, he's
As-
good with that.
As like my sword kind of slides in, I want to try and like shift positions to like try and like leverage it back and like get its head to turn up so its neck is exposed. So I maybe will spend 3 of those raises as it wounds, then 2 raises to get its neck.
Like to try and give a vital opportunity to the other party members. Sure.
Yep.
Okay. That vital opportunity would probably go to Ursula, who's next on the list.
Who's
And-
definitely gonna take it.
And it's kind of giving this like, rage thing going on. And actually, both Valdis and Ricardo notice this a little bit right now, that like it's like starting to expand a little bit, like its body, because you're like nearby. You kind of like, maybe there's a air escaping or something. It's hard to say because those mouths
Bless
are
you.
like now open and they're not closing anymore. But give me a roll there.
Yay! Six raises
Okay.
to strength the throat.
Sounded like the Price is Right theme.
Ba-ba-ba-dum.
Yeah, wow, that's a lot of raises. Exploding dice, man.
Ah,
So
Yeah.
this is my good news, bad news thing again, right?
Yay!
The good news is that you've got that opportunity. You do 6. You're giving it its last dramatic wound.
Hey!
Bad news. It like you kind of had to walk into its hit to take that, and you take like 12 dramatic wounds.
Whew.
Oh.
It's a good thing I'm hard to kill.
It's not 12 dramatic.
It's a good thing I healed you earlier.
That's
So
a-
that puts me at 27 total wounds, which I think does actually.
Puts you at helpless. Yes.
Yes.
so,
So you go down.
well, Aaron, good thing we sent you.
Basically,
So,
This worked out well.
so the two
I
strike
imagine-
each other.
I imagine like seeing him exposing its throat and then like on the side seeing the hand come in to hit me, but just kind of like not caring and charging forward to stab into its neck and then out the side. Whereas on the other side, is it hitting me with its axe or with its hand?
Axe.
Axe,
hit,
where
yeah.
the axe comes in out of nowhere and just hits me right above the hip, and I crumple to the side, but my sword is still stuck in its head, neck.
Yeah,
And
the
it
sword is there. It collapses it's starting to collapse. As it comes down, Ricardo rolls away, and then it just explodes the whole body, covering you all in goo that sort of burns. Everybody take 2 flesh wounds.
Ow.
As you are covered in the goo from the thing.
this is the most hurt I've ever been, and I'm very unhappy.
I don't want to hear
Yeah.
it. I
then-
don't want to hear it.
And then in a
But-
sort of... Oh, no, keep going.
Oh, I just pull out like an additional vial and start scraping some of that off and pull the teeth out of Ursula's chest. Ooh.
You guys look over to see Giuseppe, who's like standing in the hallway behind Esteban with his sword kind of out, but not like ready, covered in goo as well.
No.
Thanks for the help.
Hello,
bud.
Giuseppe. Oh, these teeth are marvelous.
Esteban,
Oh, right.
here! And I kneel down over Ursula, and I'm like looking at the axe.
You see, hold on. Let me just, you know what? Leave that there for now.
Shark boy!
And just let me work my magic here for a minute. And I got an extra hero point here that I'm going to use to heal one dramatic wound on Ursula.
Ugh.
With that one dramatic wound, you will regain some groggy consciousness there, Ursula.
Ow.
Sharkman, what is Sharkman's name?
You've not asked him. You don't know.
I ask him right now, what is your name?
Big T.
Big T.
Big T?
It's like big teeth.
Big T, can you help us carry Ursula?
Yeah.
Esteban, is there a way out of here?
Oh, yeah, back the way I came. Giuseppe, can you lead the way?
Grab my sword.
Yeah, I got your sword.
Giuseppe!
Oh.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
She'd be real sad if we left this behind.
Giuseppe runs up to get the sword. As he's going there, he looks down and goes, "You guys know this stuff is moving, right?"
What?
Yeah.
What?
As he looks down at the slime on the floor that's crawling around a little bit.
Did I read anything about these furbolgs being able to reform?
No.
Huh. That's
Alex,
new.
Can you freeze it?
Rob?
You want me to freeze it?
The
You want me to
goo?
I thought we were leaving, but fine, sure, I'll freeze the goo.
You probably want people to
to-
leave first before gooing.
Yeah, freezing. Yeah, I think we should leave the room first, and then I'll freeze the goo if that's necessary. But let's.
Okay, I mean, I thought it was
Is,
reforming. That's my fear, is it's going to reform and try to kill us. So
Well,
so some of the stuff I have in the vial, is that moving too?
It's hard to tell because your hand is shaking, but you think so.
I'm steady as a rock! I don't know what you're talking about! I'm made for this.
Yeah.
this is my science hand.
Yeah. So the guy who is trapped here, prisoner, Padre. Are you gonna be? You're gonna be all right here, and until we gank Ricardo's mom.
Do you actually say that?
Yeah.
Because that's an interesting.
Wait.
'cause
Wait,
that's
what
the
about
one-
Ricardo's mom?
Oh, we'll talk about it later.
Huh. Alright.
Okay.
Shark boy, I don't know if he needs help carrying Ursula, but I try to help him.
Yeah. No, he's good. Giuseppe's got the sword, and I told you you're headed that direction.
Why does Giuseppe have my sword?
Because it was stuck in the monster,
That's-
and someone sent him to go get it.
Pretty happy about that.
So he's got it.
Esteban!
You'll be fine. I'll take care of all your wounds. Just try not to move very much. You
Actually,
still
big
have an
Gary.
axe in you.
Oh, Peter, I was going to say, he didn't respond to you. He does say that I will be the same until that happens. But you don't believe him. He sounds like he's lying.
Oh.
That's kind of sad, bro.
Can't he come?
He's trapped here, I guess.
But then the next step of this is you guys go run back to the rope.
Yeah.
Yup.
You climb up the rope, which is really easy, as established earlier. And Ashlyn, people start coming out. I want to know who goes first,
Thank God.
because I'm hoping it's Shark Guy with Ursula.
Are you kidding me? I'm definitely going first.
Pull it out again.
Small panic scientist followed by Shark Boy and bleeding tank.
So Esteban comes out like he's like got. Well, you probably put the vials away, so you just come up, and
Got goo on me.
but Shark Boy just leaps through it, right? So he just comes leaping out with so this huge shark man.
I shove Esteban behind me and I pull out my gun. What the
No,
hell?
no,
Well,
no, that's our friend.
So
The
Ashlyn,
shark man thing?
you would probably recognize Shark Guy as a Marrow, one of the aquatic fae.
Got it.
They're usually pretty bad news, though, to be fair.
Put her down gently and step away from her.
He's fine.
You're
I mean,
Ursula, and I put my gun away.
She's
You
nice, probably
okay?
make good lunch.
Yeah, I'm great.
she still has an axe in her.
Well, I know. Look at that. I mean,
Can I take it out yet? Because it really hurts.
Yeah, it's real close to some bad things. Just maybe when we get back to the ship.
that. I'm pointing at the axis. How would you even be able to get that out, even if we went on the ship?
Delicately.
Delicately.
And with some clean bandages nearby, so it doesn't gush.
Okay,
Speaking of gushing,
everybody else follows them up. And,
Yeah,
obviously,
great.
we're about to end because we're getting to the end of the session, but I do want you guys to have your role-playing scene here. So, come on up.
So as I'm the last one. I gotta be the last one out.
You have to be last. I
get a hero point for it. So, but as I'm leaving, I kind of pause at the rope and like look down the hallway or room or whatever, and kind of like think about my mom and like what I'm gonna have to do, things that are going to be required of me and the others, and then I quietly say to myself, through wind and wave, and I grab onto the rope and pull myself up.
And you come out to the room with the rest of them, where Giuseppe is up there as well, and as well as Big T.
Mm-hmm.
Big T.
Who's now looking a little bit lost and maybe a bit hungry. Any
I'm keeping
immediate
an eye on
like
him.
role playing we do before to finish up the session?
I take out a handkerchief and I like tie it around my bleeding hand.
How are you doing?
I mean, it's no longer a flesh wound, if that's what you're talking about. As it's like bleeding through my handkerchief. It's yeah. Just
God, I'm gonna have so much work to do. Does anyone else? Valdez, you look pretty bad.
I can kind of help.
I'm burning. And,
Giuseppe, would you hand the sword to the captain and run ahead to tell them to stoke some irons? I'm gonna have to cauterize these people.
No.
Sure. He hands the Draconizing sword to Ricardo, and
Giuseppe also fetch the surgeon.
Right. Yeah.
No, not the surgeon. Anything but the
will do,
surgeon.
Captain. And he takes a couple of steps out, kind of slowly, and then scampers off.
Klimtsova Konstantinovna is her name.
I kind of watch him go.
No,
Bless you.
I don't want the Russian surgeon.
Well, it's the surgeon
Does.
or the irons.
Okay, we did
Jesus.
have our vote with the poll. If you're audience and you want your last shot at it, currently the beggar is winning for next session, which probably doesn't give a lot of clues as to what's going next. But that's going to be.
So I do have
For next
one
time.
thing I wanted to say before we end the session. If the captain gets close enough so that he can either let me have my sword, which will comfort me greatly, or like help Shark Boy carry me out. I'm going to lean in very close to you so just you can hear it and whisper, "She's not your mother anymore." And then pass out!
I feel like that's a good end cap for our session today. And we will pick up next time. So that we'll call that good for today.
Hey.
Till next time.